Hot take.
All right, we live. Come on.
We live?
Yeah, so
Hey,
Johnny
man.
said,
Say, man. Do. Welcome to another episode of the Stuck in the Middle podcast where you know it's up in the Stuck Weekly. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy, the official social... I'm jumping it off of myself today. I'm the official social cues. And we are the StuckyPod.
Yeah.
I got all my brothers with me.
Brethren.
Okay. Listen, before we move on, we're getting very close to our goals, guys. We're almost at 1,000 across the board. This is exciting stuff. A few hundred away from our goals on every one of those platforms, but darn it if we're not close. Thank you for joining in every single week. But remember, go to StuckyPod.com. Make sure you send us your Stucky situations, but then go to every single platform. And what you need to do is +1. But when you get to YouTube, make sure you double punch. That'll allow us to make sure that you get all the notifications when we go live, when we share content, when we deliver long form, short form, you'll get it. But guys, this is the show, and these are the fam that I keep with me.
What up? It's a MVP hef.
I did see that. I did see that. You got some jewelry.
MVP the tournament. Doing it.
Are you Illuminati or what?
He is doing that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It is not
MVP
that.
hef. Is that like the name they gave you or what? That's the name they gave you?
What Jay say? That would want these niggas hate their own kind.
Hey.
Gotta be Illuminati if a nigga shine.
Come on,
It can't be the. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
look. I better.
What's up, Pepper?
Oh, I thought you weren't.
Who is?
Oh, we be Will Cooks, man.
Gas pass.
That's it. You know what it is.
Color purple.
Color purple. I was
Hey,
about
boy,
to say.
Hey, that chicken look good though.
I
It did
literally
look good, look
had
juicy.
a flashback, and I could taste
Nice.
that honey chicken.
I'm also kind of mad
Nice.
that the fish was only mid because when you did the fork test, I was like, oh, that fish finna be
To
slapping.
be honest,
Yeah.
in the moment, that fish looked like it was about to be fire. I felt like it was a little too salty. What you
Yeah.
think? Is that it?
I just think the fish, it was either too hot or old grease. That's it for me.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
like
was
we said
old
later
grease
though,
can
when we
really
That
F
mean,
up
or
Yeah.
that's like the when you got a fish fry, you get the last fish. You know what I'm saying? The
fact.
The last like
Nah,
two
But they just
batches.
open though.
They just open. We were
So it could
fresh
be
in
a
there.
wet batter though. Sometimes when you got
Oh,
wet
yeah.
batter and you hit it on grease, it fries differently.
That's true.
But we said when we were in the car,
Yeah.
that mug hit different. Like about 20, 30 minutes once we let it sit and
Yeah.
like get room temp.
Oh, interesting.
That thing was
Got better with
crazy.
time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it got
that
better with
is
time.
Asian hot sauce.
Wow.
Yeah, because remember we talked about it on
That
the
is
phone.
true.
It was
That is
That
true.
crazy.
usually doesn't happen with food.
Yeah, that was
so
crazy. It was crazy.
Usually it's the other way around.
The place is
Especially
good,
if it's
man. I
hot
hope she does well. I hope her and her husband do well. But
Yeah.
if they don't, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up.
Who
That
are you?
Try it out, man.
That made me pull up.
Who,
Anyway,
me? Or Cori?
I'm Cori from Cori's Corner. You know what it is. This is my pup Perry.
Perrito.
You chilling there? What's up? You ain't want to get down there? All right, bet. He said it's all good.
He's like,
Just a
chill,
week
bro.
ago.
Big sports weekend.
Yo.
So we ready for that. We lit.
That's a classic,
what
right?
happened?
The classic this
Yeah,
weekend?
yeah. The Texas OU, some other big games. Eagles finally coming back to play. They better win. I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it, bro.
Who y'all play?
Don't do it.
We play the
49ers?
Browns. I'm just
Oh,
letting you
Browns?
know. If
We're
we
gonna
lose
lose.
to the Browns, bro,
Nah, I
Nick
don't think
Sirianni
so.
up out of there.
Nah,
Oh, yeah, Nikki gone.
That's a hot
Nikki
take.
Gone. Ain't no hot take about
Ain't-
that. Yeah, everybody
I-
should know that.
Oh, y'all
With-
know that?
With the
Yeah,
firing,
Well, it's a hot
of-
take for the world, Stucky.
You know, with the firing of the Jets,
Boy,
coach.
listen, if Rodgers can get him up out of there,
Yeah,
But
QB1
none of the
get him up out of
Stuckies are Eagles fans. So yeah, this is not
This
hot
is-
take.
yeah.
But and another thing,
Hey, couple
Jalen
more
Hurts
losses
is
for
not
y'all, you know what I'm
Jalen
saying?
Hurts is not Aaron Rodgers, so he ain't getting Nick Sirianni out of it.
Listen, you know what? I will say this on
It
live
ain't
TV,
Jalen.
and I said live TV. It's not live TV. One day we'll be. Hey,
Big
we
Dom,
gotta talk about that. Remind me about that.
Big Dom, the
Sundays.
real runner.
But-
The team really
but-
runs
but-
the team.
No, listen, that's funny. No, but listen, I will say this, like no lie, Cori did sway me on getting off QB1. I watched the Cori's Corner plug. I watched the Cori's Corner about QB1, and being a little bit more kind to him. It's hard for me, but I'm gonna give it to you on this one. He definitely is not the reason.
in the moment, it do be looking. I ain't gonna lie. When watching it live, I'll be like, come on, man. It's hard for me to defend you. When I go back and watch the tape, I'm like, all right, it make a lot of sense. What's something going on? Now, Kellen Moore, you got to do a little bit better. Get the ball out of his hands.
Nah,
sooner.
that ain't
There
no
you
little
go.
bit better. Say
You
it
got the
right.
Kellen
Kellen
Moore
Moore,
curse.
You
garbage.
gotta
the
get
KM
better.
curse.
But
Garbage.
then the question becomes, because this is what I'm saying with Nick Sirianni, Kellen Moore is not calling his plays. He's calling Nick's plays.
I understand that.
So at some point, if it's not meshing, and we've changed coordinators, the common denominator is Nick Sirianni. So then they will get Nick up out of there, and then you'll see the offense change.
Yeah, because
You
we've
might see
done
a turnover.
coordinator switches on both sides.
Real
from
quick
last
though,
year.
then they said that he was calling Nick's plays. They said that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So Nick Sirianni
Kellen
has
a puppet.
always been
Help coordinator.
no,
Coach.
he's been the. If you come in as a coordinator, that's how it works in football in general. So not just in the league. I may be an offensive coordinator, but if the head coach is an offensive mind, or maybe even a defensive mind, whatever it is, just because I'm coordinating doesn't mean I get to call my plays.
Facts.
I might have to. It's Jeremy playbook. I'm organizing and calling Jeremy's plays.
Yeah, I just thought Nick was the defensive mind guy, and he let
No, he's
Kellen
an
come.
offensive,
Okay, bet. That's a
dude.
bet.
Yeah,
Nick
he's-
trash anyway. But,
Yeah, I mean, Nick, we tried all these years. I tried to root for you, my boy. But then you get in them interviews and you make it easier for us to be like, come on, bro.
No, you got to give him a little bit of slack too, because he's such a. Sometimes he will take up for the players. Sometimes even a little bit too much.
Yeah, but
Like
that's
sometimes
a
you
choice.
guys got to be the head coach,
Yeah.
but he's like such a player's coach. He got to find that balance, like Mike Tomlin. Everybody, all the players love Mike Tomlin, but we all know that Mike Tomlin no nonsense.
Yeah. Well,
So-
also, you just don't. We don't have the luxury of time all the time. So you got sometimes you gotta get it right.
That's what I'm saying. So he got
Sometimes
figured
you gotta
out.
Get it right.
I think we'll be fine. Anyway, let's move
Skeeto.
on. Skeeto, you got them skeeters? Oh, you finna get
Who's
touched.
flying to you?
I see you right there.
Who's stuck of the week?
Yeah, let's talk about it. First of all, before we do that, you know this is a pop culture podcast where four black men show up to give hilarious takes on just that pop culture. We do it for segments. The first being the most stuck of the week, as we're gonna get to here. Right after that, we go right back to you. So go to StuckyPod.com. Why? We need your Stucky situation.
That was good.
Thank you.
You need that button.
Yeah, for real. One day we'll get there, guys.
Lucky.
Move on to my boy B Wood. He's gonna tell us what's so stuck and stupid in the world that it's on the wheel. And then at the very end, it gets a little dark, a little vulnerable. We do some shadow work with Cori. Ties a bow on us, puts us on our way for the week, and that's the show.
Has a bow on us.
I mean,
Unique
no Diddy,
terminology
no
right
Diddy,
there.
no Diddy, no Diddy, no GHB. And that's the show, guys. Hour and a half. We hope you stick around. Who's the most stuck of the week?
Lieutenant Dan.
Why? He made it.
The reason why he the most stucker is because hold on. Come on, mosquito. I know you smell my breath and you like, oh yeah, I'm finna get dinner tonight. And you finna go back and tell your homeboys I'm dead. Anyway, the reason why I say Lieutenant Dan, yes, he might have survived, but he's supposed to get some money on from Aiden.
I saw that.
But then Aiden had to pull the plug because, you know, Lieutenant Dan got a history. So that's why he the most stuck of the week.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this for a second, bro. Wait a minute. So the guy who obviously has some kind of a background if he's staying in his boat during a Cat 3 or 4
A
hurricane.
boat. I don't know if it's his boat.
Someone's boat.
Yeah, he
Okay.
said he got a message
Refusing
from God
to
and-
leave,
Yeah.
saying that he's being spoken to by God and all these other things. Like, so we're gonna be shocked that he has a record. Like, stop it, bro. We're so ridiculous. Why can't we just take that half second, like, to not just try to get clicks or whatever and be like, wait a minute. This has happened too many times, remember?
Yeah.
The girl that gave money, we talked about that so many episodes ago. She gave money to the guy.
Oh,
She
Buddy
thought he
took
was,
off?
yeah, and Buddy was really a thief and a, come on.
I saw it, but when I saw the picture of him, I thought it was the real Lieutenant Dan just on
Me
crack.
too.
So I was like, maybe they just.
Let's
So
go.
I didn't. That's why I didn't read it. I was like, oh, okay, he just
Oh
on crack.
my God!
He's
First
on-
of all, you know how old he'd have to be right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For that
He
to-
got
I mean, that's why I thought. I was like, man,
Yeah, he
he
had to look.
doing it. He going the Delonte route, ain't he? But
Whoa, hey,
Wow.
shout out to
Bro,
Delonte. Hey,
yeah.
man, hope you get better. But
With the irony of Brian and Brian.
that is a route, you know, that you could take, and that's what I thought he was doing. But
Yeah, he stuck.
yeah, I didn't know who he was.
He
But
went
for
out on the
me,
water and survived for nothing.
for my suck of the week, until I find out more information, I'm still sitting with it. It's Drake. Bro, leave Jay alone, man. You know,
You think
you
it
know,
was
I-
him? You think he did it?
no, well, I knew all this stuff would come out, you know,
Sure.
with Diddy and Jay New York and high power billionaires, all that stuff. I get it. But you coming out with you attacking the wrong people. You got the salons, you pulling out some Beyonce stuff,
Oh, that
tweeting
picture.
the pictures and putting out the pictures. You know, yeah, you know, do your thing, but you coming off a major L. And I would just sit back and relax, man. Sometimes you don't just focus on the music, you know?
Oh no.
We need an album. Come out with an album or something.
Nah, he didn't take no. L.
I mean, personally, for me, I think he personally took an L. That's just me. especially when he came out with summer music. I guess nobody even remember. You remember the records?
What are you talking about?
I'm just asking, do you
Of
name
course
it?
I do. I remember all of them.
Name it.
Which
No Face is
one?
one
No,
of them.
no
It's probably
Face.
the biggest one.
Forget that. 'Cause that's too easy. Do the one before that. The one he did with the.
That's normally, but that's the problem. That's
Soulja
normally
Boy.
not like Drake. Normally we can ha ha ha. You know, Drake
No,
is
no,
declining
no,
a little
no,
bit.
That's not
You know,
true because he dropped
All right.
volume.
Name the second. Name Kendrick's song after Not Like Us.
I can't name it.
It's the one he drops in.
Yeah, I can't name it. I ain't
That's what I'm
want to.
saying. It's volume.
Stop. He had more.
Just talking about from the success and from the clout and from the stats, because we can go to numbers too. From the stats,
Well,
what
then
Drake
that would prove my point.
normally is, I think Kendrick took a stab at that. That's it. You know, from what is normal,
A very small league.
even the patterns of what Drake normally does. We never,
A very small league.
it's just again,
He
like
made
I
a lot
said,
of great numbers.
like I
after
said,
that.
he dipped in his pattern, and you know, I just think that
Shout out to Jermaine Cole.
but again, it's almost like the Floyd Mayweather Pacquiao deal. Like you just wait too long.
I
Like
got
you
you.
know, Jay-Z
Oh, for-
already
Oh, yeah.
got the
I see what you're
kids and
saying.
stuff. Man, just sit back. Where this
Let
stuff was
that-
10 years ago, bro.
let that go.
For me, you took an L. Sit back, bro. Just make some good music. Focus on that.
But here's my question, and again, this is all alleged because we do not want to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
again,
about to say,
yeah,
I don't know.
To do nothing. Allegedly, these things have happened. So,
100%.
and then again, I don't even know what these things are because I'm not going to get us blocked off of nothing. But my question is always, what is the thing that will get the person off the ledge, right? Meaning, like, what is that thing that someone can do that's so egregious that we go, okay, that was a little bit. Because remember, I feel like everyone had the same sentiment about Diddy right before the tape drop. Remember, he came out and apologized and said, "Hey, you know."
Because we saw the video of Cassie, him dragging Cassie.
No, before the apology, I mean, it was not the apology. It was to deny it. Remember, his first method was, "Hey, I didn't do this. This is egregious. Y'all said crazy stuff about." Remember that? And I'll respectfully tell you what I thought when he said that. I was still 50-50. I was just keeping it a bean. I was like, because really we haven't heard it. We haven't had an opportunity to see what he's trying to combat with what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? So I was still in that moment like, hey, the one thing, and I'm sure everybody feels the same way, that tipped us all over the edge was the video. So it's like, now, like, it doesn't matter what he says. I'm gonna be like, bro, I seen the video, you know. So my question is the same for everybody. Like, what's that thing? Is it the video or is it
No, I think people just want to, specifically, even if we're talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce right now.
allegedly?
Huh?
I'm just gonna keep saying every time you say that name.
No,
allegedly.
I'm saying if we talk about anybody, especially on the internet and anything else, for some reason everybody's on Beyonce
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's on Jay-Z.
Mhm.
But they're on Jay a little lighter than they are on Beyonce,
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
right? But they've always done this. They've always done this with Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Jay makes all the business moves, and like he said on the song with The Devil Is a Lie, which I listened to the other day, which is one of the greatest rap schemes. If you listen to that verse, he went crazy for like all 16 bars. He was doing a good versus evil, a white versus black, like it was crazy scheme. But anyway, like we said earlier, he was going on a scheme of, oh, I gotta be a Illuminati if a nigga real. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta be just because I made the white. Y'all never question the white folks on this when they move up and do what they supposed to do in the business. But now because I'm Jay-Z and I have Beyonce, who is also my wife, who is a mogul in her own right, we can't do that on our own. And I get it because there's so much going on in the music industry.
I'm about to say because all it takes is one.
Right? No, right.
me,
But I'm saying
all
there
it takes is
hasn't been
one.
nothing substantiated in their corner.
And I think that's by design, you know. I think, and it's smart for them. Like, stay out of the way for as long as you possibly can, and you can stay out the way for as long as you possibly can. It's really that simple. So smart by design. I guess what I'm saying is for anyone, not just them. Like,
it takes video evidence.
Yeah, that's it. That's it nowadays. That's what I'm saying. And even then, sometimes it takes more than that. And that's what's crazy about. Like, and I'm starting to recognize this, and I think it's affecting me more and more that I go through this. Like, the truth has lost its footing. That sounds crazy.
Oh yeah, nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining.
Sure, but it's complete. The footing is gone all together now. There's not a single thing where I can say this is truth, and someone will accept it off of go. It's going to be like, right? So that's a slippery slope. I can turn that into doubt immediately and never go back. And the same thing's happening here. Like, what happens when these people are just hiding in plain sight. Because, I mean, video evidence is starting to trickle out, and I've been saying this for months. I'm pretty sure there's a lot out there that we just, the author that we talked about for the Kim tapes or whatever, I mean, he sounds pretty confident when I watch him. That he's got a lot.
Jaguar Wright sounds confident what she talking.
I know, but this is a tad bit different. And again, if to my point, if she comes out with the tapes, then what? Like then what?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That would be my thing. My thing is because truth has no footing now.
Yeah.
I need evidence.
Sure.
Don't come to me with hearsay.
Yeah.
If you come to me with hearsay, it's just gossip. I don't care.
And then we talked about this too. If you don't let it go quick enough, it's your fault type thing. Because
I mean,
you can't really.
How do you support this
happens.
person? Because you just gossip.
I say, my must suck of the week is a kid who came with evidence on their teacher. I don't know if y'all saw the story about Houston ISD.
The
with
stickers?
the stickers and with the sleep stickers.
Oh my God! I forgot.
Oh my God.
Yes, please
Okay, so
enlighten. This will piss y'all off.
Yes,
Parents, y'all finna be mad. Go ahead.
Y'all should be livid.
mad.
All
You
right,
said
so
kids
Houston
are
ISD. These are kindergarten.
Kindergarten, I think.
Kindergarten.
Oh, say it ain't so. That's my son. What's
So
up?
kindergartners, these teachers, can't remember.
There's two of them.
Yeah, there's two of them. Kids were wild or whatever, and you know how they brought out fairly recently, within the past year, maybe two, sleep patches, like with melatonin and stuff like that. So they were putting these patches on these kids at school. And the kid was for a while coming home saying like, "Mom, I got a special sticker. Mom, I got a special sticker." And mom just thought like, as a kid coming from school, like he got a good day at school, he got a good sticker. And then one day she finally got to see the sticker and recognized it's one of those sleep pouches.
Yeah.
And bruh.
So they got sued up they behind, right?
Not yet.
Or the teachers got fired.
Teachers got immediately
Of course.
fired. And now, I mean,
I'm
now
sure
it's
they're
in
about
that-
to get sued.
But
For
here's
sure.
the crazy part. They're not the first and only. So
No.
that means
without a doubt.
You know what's crazy? Now you're making me think, because my son, he'd come home every day like, "Hey, Dad," and just be out in the car like, "Whoa, bro, like it's so
No, I don't know about that because we used to do that too.
Right, but you have to, in the world, to your point, in the world that we are in today, you have to be thinking like that.
Yeah,
and to your point, yeah, as a kid, when we spent so much energy when I got in the car, I'm trying to go to sleep. But nowadays, you don't. Am I sleeping because I'm tired, or did somebody give me a sleep aid?
Right.
You have to
Someone
think
pull
like
up
that.
in my drink. But yeah,
was
man,
this at?
This was in
I mean,
Houston,
they got caught up, man. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
that's a
why
lot of
would
money.
you?
Yeah, they
And
definitely.
them parents
First of all,
was
I'd
hot.
be happy because my son is going to not have that happen again. Right?
Yeah.
But then the second part would be like, "Oh man, I'm rich for
What
life."
what was it? I mean, I need to know. But was it black, white, Mexican school district? What's up?
Oh, they haven't
The
released that.
kids.
I ain't gonna lie. From the pictures I saw, I saw the white teacher.
One of
though.
them moms was
I saw the
black.
teacher
Yeah.
white at the door. Y'all see that one?
I seen that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw that.
But I think the mom that was on the news that I saw, she was black. But it was more than just
Yeah,
her
it was
student.
more than
Oh,
one.
okay.
I saw one
Yeah.
who was Hispanic.
You know what's similar to this, and this is what I said this a couple years ago. Going to that gym and they giving us wristbands. It's the same thing.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
the same
Yeah, you were talking
isolation.
about that. You probably are not.
You
in the
talking about
loop.
the WNBA?
No.
No,
You're talking
I-
about at the YMCA.
I'll change my must stuck of the week to these people so we can stay on topic and keep it, because we're gonna just make it their story, but this aligns with that story. I went to this city of Arlington. Listen very closely. I went to a rec center of yours, and I wanted to play basketball. I pay taxes already.
Oh yeah, I remember
Okay.
that story.
Let me just say this: I pay taxes already. I actually own a home in Arlington, so that means I pay taxes already, and then I pay monthly to go to this place to enjoy the gym. Okay. I went to go play basketball, which I typically do before doing some type of workout. That's just my thing. I'm going to play basketball at this court. There's nobody there. I'm doing just fine. Lady walks up to me and says, "Excuse me, you don't have a wristband on." "I'm sorry, what wristband are you talking about?" "One that separates you as a basketball player than from all the rest of the type of people." "Well, what type of people?" "Pickleball players, some of the older crowd that use this other side of the court." "What? Man, I'm not putting on a wristband, dude. I'm about to play basketball and go work out. What do you mean a wristband?" You know what I'm saying? "Well, that's our policy here." I immediately called it out for what it was, man. This is racist. So I walked straight up to the group of people playing pickleball, older crew, obviously not as cultured, and that, and I didn't mean any harm to the older ladies. I said, "Hey, do you guys have to wear a wristband to say that you're playing pickleball?" Just as a basic question. Wristband? You guys ever heard of a wristband? Amongst themselves, like, what? Like, and the ladies right next to me. I'm like, so what makes me the person that, because I play basketball? Come on, So it's that same thing. Like, wait a minute. Because I'm a tired kid, you want to Is it really all the tired kids that get the patch?
Right.
Is it all the tired kids that get the patch? Let me see it.
We go see. We go see.
Let me see
Info gonna come out.
I'm with it. They definitely the motherfuckers of the week.
Yeah, that's mine right there. I like that. I'm voting for that.
Are in a stucky situation.
I was like, let's give everybody hate Chris.
Everybody hates Chris.
All right, so we have another anonymous submission this week. So I'm 29 and I've been dating my girlfriend for a little over a year. We're really in sync and I can definitely see a future with her. Recently, she brought up the idea of moving in together and that gave me pause. Honestly, I'm on the fence. A part of me thinks it might be too soon, even though we get along great and spend most nights together anyway. But I've heard horror stories about moving in too quickly and things going south. I just don't want to ruin what we have by rushing into the big step. On the other hand, I don't want her to feel like I'm not too serious about our future together. How long is long enough before you move in with your partner? Is a year too short? Or should I trust that we're ready? Help me out. I'm really stuck on this one.
First of all, he said he's really in sync.
There's 1,000 words that I could say to make you come on. Make you bye, bye, bye. We doing a medley here. Man, y'all been together for a year? Wait,
a little over a year.
Y'all remember that song? I've been messing with Lil' Mama about 4 weeks now.
No.
And she got me feeling like a freak now.
I
You remember
I
that?
kinda remember
Driving
that.
me crazy.
Why do I remember this?
He wanna make her my baby, but I can't. You remember that?
Who's
Cause
the
I'm about
artist?
to blow that back. Blow that back.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Joker, I think that's that. Anyway,
Wow.
Yeah.
a year, sir, get together.
Listen,
Or ma'am.
These signs.
Get together. Y'all been together for a year. If you don't know, you say you're pretty serious about being together with her. She says she want to move in together. You have to just create the boundaries that you want, right? You either gonna, as Brian would say, it's black or white. You're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it.
Yep.
So make whatever your boundaries are, bro. It could be, hey, I really want to save that. If you have religious reasons, you use that. If you're not religious and you're like, I just really want my time to myself, you can use that and be like, that doesn't mean I'm not serious about it. Maybe you can even add in like,
Staying for weekends.
right, whatever.
Like build
now
up
you
to
did
it.
say y'all already spending some nights together, but I think it's important to do this. This is super, super duper duper important. When two people are joining, they're still a part of who you are in every space that you're at. Like you're still an individual. So if you can't communicate to your partner that I have this boundaries just because I still need to be, there's still a part of me that I need to just be mine, that's the communication you got to work on. Perfect example. In this house, I tell Katie, every other room in this house is yours. I will abide by whatever those rules are. Like, yes, we share them. Sometimes it frustrates me a little bit, but then I sit back and say it's our shared space. And I let her have this. You want to know why? In that room back there, that's my space. Don't come into my space with your rules and your everything else. When I need to retreat, and so I can retreat in there so I can be better for you, I'm going in there. That's why I get to be me so I can be me for you as well. So sometimes it just means you're creating pockets and boundaries so that you can still have some sanity without feeling like you're having to host, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
If you have a host spirit, it doesn't even matter if you're married to the person. You're still going to feel like you have to spend your energy and time curtailing it to this person. So just communicate that. Be like, hey, I really love you. I want to be with you. Moving in sounds actually like a cool idea, but I'm having these reservations. Maybe you can help me through them, or maybe we can agree that, yeah, we sleep some nights together, but you don't start moving stuff over here. It kind of feels like you're taking over.
We can help him with reservations. 7:30. That's the best time.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Jeremy, what you think, man?
I think for us to give you an exact time or to answer the question of how long is long enough is just not realistic. Every relationship, everything is unique to the persons that are involved, and so I think ultimately we can't say bro, you don't even think about it unless you're 2 years in or like, no, that's not realistic. I've seen people who move in less than 4 months, you know? So ultimately, I do think that if you think that a year is too short and you're not ready, I say that all the time. Like open communication. And I mean, to be honest, that might be an EQ thing. Like for me, I know for a fact that'll be a like a boundary discussion early on. Like whenever I'm dating and however long that takes before someone moves in, it's gonna be a grip. But I'm also very, very vocal about like the boundaries that I would set very early on. You know, it's just it is what it is. You may not be that person, so work on growing into that line of communication. You ain't got to just dump it all out up front. You know, just break it down slowly. I'm hesitant because of this. What if we start this way? Don't come with shutdowns though. I will say that like don't bring a one-sided conversation. Like, hey, I'm not comfortable with you moving in, but why don't we work on this? Why don't we have this plan? But like have a plan. Don't just say no. You know, because then whether or not you feel that y'all have this kind of relationship that's deep enough to go for it, if you shut it down without having another avenue, you might be shutting down the relationship too.
Um, I kind of feel if I tell you, I gotta be hypocrite because I done it. I did it. I did it before I was married, and I did it. I'm married, so you know. But um, I say at the end of the day, let me tell you facts. People say this, but to me, it's the truth. Sometimes as a man, you really ain't got you ain't got no calls. So for me, it's like you have to manage a situation. So it's like you have to put, like he said, you have to put things in place. You can't say no because the box will be shut down for a month. It's a lot that goes with it. It really is. It's the truth.
Facts.
There's a lot that goes with it.
So
So you have to like figure out strategic ways. And I'm a master at this. One of the ways to do it is now I'm gonna give you a way to get unstuck. You go up to her and you say like, hey, you know, like, hey, I know you want to move and stuff like that. I want to too. Where you thinking apartment and house? Boom. That's a week of thinking. You just keep asking questions, keep putting up strategy, keep budgeting until the time you're ready. Like I'm not saying that you don't listen. No, listen to everything she wants to say. That's hey, babe, I want to move to okay, bet. Where? That's another month. Because you gotta figure out like seriously, you're just trying to figure out.
He's saying buy time.
Yeah, buy time.
Literally buy time.
But you're buying time in a way that's respectful though. Like, hey baby, I want to do this. I support you. You're the best. You know, you gotta, hey babe, that was the greatest idea ever. Yeah. I see opportunities over here. I think that was genius. Hey, get on tell her everything.
But are you also saying buy time as in, and maybe a sidestep to that? Are you saying where or apartment or home as to say we move in together to a place that is ours, or are you saying like she he they whoever could come into your space, like your house, your apartment?
I'm saying that they should move to a place together.
If y'all have leases, that's even more.
Yeah, that's there you go. That's there you go. Just figure out the strata. Hey babe, we have leases. Let's finish out our lease. Credit. These are things she can't. There's no rebuttals. Hey, babe, you know our credit. We can't. It's not like we can move now. I still got 8 months on my lease. Unless she checks the lease. I'm not saying lie, but unless she checks it, babe, let me see your lease. 90% of the time she ain't doing that. But like he said, that gives you 9 months. So just say, hey man, credit wise, I'm locked into just put out different things that make sense. Like he said, build a plan, but just make it make sense to her. Mm-hmm. That's the goal. And again, women, they got the power of the box. You can't. You gotta finesse. I'm serious. This is life. Like you have to finesse. You can't just do what you want to do if you want the box. You can't. If she want to move, you. Hey, babe. Hey, let's plan that U-Haul for 10 months from now. Like, hey, you better get in that box.
U-Haul, is that a box truck?
Yeah. Hey, wait. Let's go to Walmart and start asking for brown boxes. Like you better start doing all type of
a moving box.
Yeah.
Real talk.
This is a real Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I can tell you from experience too. I moved in before I was married. I'm married now, and going back, I always say I think there's a couple things I would do a little differently, just to prepare for like the inevitabilities of life. One being I personally didn't do marriage therapy, like premarital therapy. We didn't do that.
Good point. That's a
We
mature
should have,
point. Mature
right?
point.
Looking back, we should have done a little bit more of that together. I think we both had our separate plans, and at the time, in terms of like our mental health and how we're approaching that, I think it was individual. I think if we could do that again, it'd be like together. But the other part is the moving in part. Like, it's okay to say, hey, let's do that when we get married. It's okay to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, no,
Because now, because
100%.
what we're doing, what I would say to that is the reason why I say that's important. And then again, this is my beliefs, right? I mean, people can say they don't want to get married, and I get that's your choice.
So when we gonna get married?
No.
Go.
But listen,
Yes.
Go.
listen.
Go ahead, go
listen.
ahead.
What I'm saying is that's a good question because now you're taking it as serious as I'm taking it.
Yeah.
So now at the end of the day, I don't have to come up with a way. I can just say, I'm taking you as this serious. If you think the living in another apartment is the issue, girl, I'm trying to make you my wife. So I'm not going to move in with you until we are married. And then that would, first of all, you should be finding a wife. This is another thing. One time, I read this verse my entire life. I've heard this verse. I'm like, oh, you'll find a wife, you find a good thing, right? So you need to be looking to find a wife, which means this person is willing to be a wife. So if you're projecting that onto her, saying, hey, look, I want to be a husband for you, and I want you to be a wife for me. Let's do that when we have that available to each other. I think that's a good, solid ground.
I want to get married too, babe, but I just don't like going back and forth and the gas and.
No problem. So what you're doing now is telling me everything I need to know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, bet.
Because you can't. What you gonna do? Crap on me because I tell you we've been together for a year and I want to move forward to our marriage. What you gonna do?
Babe, it's really the money. I just didn't want to say it. Tight funds are tight, and instead of me getting a roommate, I would rather just be with you.
Okay, no problem. Do you think we're gonna have money every single year of our life from now to the end of the
No, I'm saying, but what about that marriage thing? Talk.
No, I'm saying whether we're married or single, do you think I'm gonna have money from now to the rest of my life every single year the way you see it right now? No, that's why they're called.
But two living in a
years.
household is better than one.
Hey, I'm with that when we get married.
That's a bet.
Yeah,
you just got to be stiff on marriage.
Yeah,
that's the time right there. That's the time. Ultimate time right there.
Yeah, that's your facts.
No, what I'm saying is, what
Everybody's
you gonna say? This
But,
is strategy
yeah.
too. Understand this is strategy too.
It's strategy.
'Cause what you gonna say to me? You're mad that I'm trying to take.
Oh yeah,
you serious?
you can't do nothing, baby.
No, yeah, you gonna.
Baby, I love you. I'd rather just get married. And,
Just like that. What you gonna do? Oh, you're taking me
everything
too
to me.
serious. Okay.
Honestly, bro, sometimes this is a prime example of we get a little too ahead of ourselves, and the strategy probably should have been like weeknights. I'm not sleep. Nobody sleeping at nobody's house. Weekends, we can do a weekend. We might take a little trip or something like that. But once you start she stayed Friday, then it was Saturday, then it was Sunday, and then now it's every single night. The argument becomes for her.
What's the point?
Why am I paying for over here? I'm already over here.
Which understand was also strategy.
100%. So
Don't act like you're the only one strategizing,
facts.
my boy.
So we gotta reset, right? Like,
Come on.
my boy Perry said, "What is going on?"
What's up, bro? You good?
He's scared of the water bottle.
Anyway. So we gotta just do a little reset. Buy you your time. If you're serious about this relationship and want to go to marriage, you can use that as well. And honestly, if the marriage piece to me sets her off, that's probably not the person you want.
That's it. But it does so much, so fast. We don't have to do none of that. We can, hey, real quick, you trying to get married? Huh? Well, I was thinking maybe in 4 or 5. Yeah, I'm trying to get married.
Brian's point, she definitely gonna press that timeline.
She gonna put every.
That's fine.
But
But
I learned women are the greatest when it comes to comebacks.
No, 100%. So then just be ready to be married. Like, then don't say it if you're not ready.
She'll hit them with anything.
Yeah.
Hey, marriage, babe. Oh yeah, but hey, she'll hit them with something. Don't fold, baby.
Like, I'm married to the game.
Hey, don't be S&S. That's a segment where a person plays her thing, finds herself in a stuck and stupid situation, and then we put them on the wheel, and then we say, Cori, spin that wheel. Come on, baby.
What? Oh, there you go. Come on.
Delay. Delay.
That's what that roast was sounding like, huh?
You talking about under the couch?
That's crazy.
Is it stuck and stupid for states to sue TikTok, claiming it has addictive features, risky challenges, and late night notifications that harm kids mentally and disrupt their sleep? Question mark.
Stuck yes.
Stuck yes.
Stuck yes.
Come on, the domino effect. No?
Only because I get in trouble for this. Like, my phone be blowing up because of, like, all the notifications. So it'd be like the screen, the room light up.
Oh,
But you
just
can
gotta
turn it off, can't
Yeah,
you?
create
Hey,
a
listen.
routine.
The
Listen.
night, the sleep mode. Yeah, I get.
What I'm hearing is pilot error.
And are you?
Okay.
Are you
No,
pod? Are you
No,
pod?
no.
Are you trying to like entertain? Are you entertaining the other side?
No, it's ID 10T.
That's what I'm hearing. You know, when the planes be crashing, it's two things about to happen. Because somebody coming off that bread.
Yeah. Somebody
That
fired.
pilot.
They got to
Well, that
figure
is
out first,
Mhm.
is it a manufacturing problem? If so, Boeing, Airbus, whatever the thing is, you're going to the grinder. If not,
yeah,
it's
Pilot.
pilot error.
Yeah.
That's right.
We gave you the machine, you flew it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We gave you the sauce of how to fix it, you flew it wrong. There's so many stopgaps to help with the attention span of kids using their phones and
Figure it
disrupting their
out.
sleep.
Yeah.
Why the phone even in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, my aunt was
For
very
real.
weak. I just was saying, like,
You know,
hey,
like, hey.
at night my phone be lighting up, and I'm like,
So
dang.
suing them seems crazy. Now, granted, and it's business, bro. Like I seen
Yeah,
a
of course.
genius ad today, bro. Some company in like Europe or London, I think it was in London, so I guess it would be Europe. They put a QR code on a piece of paper and it said, "Alex, I can't believe you cheated on me. Because you did, here's a picture of her. I know what you did." People were
Everybody
going to
hit that.
scan the QR code. It was a cookie company.
Everybody hit that.
Genius.
Everybody, it is, but also I'm like, y'all scan any QR code, but they can take all your stuff. You
Yeah.
crazy, y'all wild.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
But-
went for that.
My point is, the companies are gonna do what they can to get it's an attention economy when it comes to those type of apps.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You think Meta not doing the same thing,
Oh, everybody doing it, bro.
100%.
bruh? I'm speaking right now. I got when I get off here, I'm gonna get something from Meta talking about
Europe.
yeah about
100%.
London and cookies and London,
QR
whatever.
codes.
Right.
Meta
So come on now. This is user error. What they say?
ID 10T.
At some point, the parents gotta be held responsible.
Where are the parents? Why is everybody
You know
saying
what I'm
that?
saying?
Where
Sound like
are
parents
these
fraud.
Where are
parents?
the parents?
Parents fraud.
Now it's a tragedy. Now it's so sad to see.
He granddaddy now. He granddaddy. He the
I
pappy.
know, yeah.
Is it stuck and stupid to not have online voting for the presidential
I
election?
don't know. But this is a tough
Stuck,
one.
yes, bro. Listen,
Yeah, I think it's stuck.
know
I think
why
it's
it's
stuck.
tough
I know,
because
hey,
security issues.
I think
I'm about to say.
I don't even care about that.
But it's already security issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well-
saying. That's the argument. That's the argument. for me.
Yes, it just.
Sorry, it was
I'm
bad.
only nervous because of the how much easier it makes to be like
To fraud,
not for us, but for people that are trying to
right?
manipulate the system.
Because bots and everything else.
Less bots, more of like other countries and how they already manipulate our systems to hit us all the online stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So imagine it being the presidential.
Yeah,
election.
but we got crypto, and crypto ain't getting tapped in like that. So that's my only argument. It's
Right.
like you can find some type of network to build for you to vote online.
Yeah, 100%.
Like stop being.
And you
ridiculous.
can't tell me if we were serious about it.
Yeah.
In the government, I would put my tax dollars to
100%.
create a task force
Sure.
that in the next 4, 5, 10 years maybe
100%.
they create a system that is fail safe. I mean, we do everything. We file our taxes online.
You'll get more voters too.
Absolutely, you
100%.
get more.
And-
votes.
and-
But
and-
that's why they don't want
It's
to.
a fix all. It's
Yeah.
a fix all, but then that fixes it drains the swamp immediately.
The fact that I have
Yeah.
to re-register, the fact that my voter
Yes.
registration could get suspended just
Come on.
because I changed the address or something is crazy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Or I have to re-register for other reasons. It's crazy. Like
you can renew a license.
we know,
What
bro,
we doing? We renewing a license. When COVID happened, we were doing court online. Like
bro,
what
thank
are we
you.
doing?
We're doing everything
We're
online.
doing everything online.
I can't. That's just the way of the world that we have, that we're going to, right? We live life online. So the fact that I don't even know why it's baffling to me that the presidential election day is not a holiday.
Yeah.
That is a
Voting
good
day.
point.
But hey, I'll tell you what. First of all, if it was, then we'd really have to rely on volunteers.
What was this would be called?
100%,
Election
but-
day?
Yeah,
but
election
I
day.
would argue that more people will volunteer.
But also, do you want everybody off?
Yes,
Ooh.
Well, but what about
know.
the?
I
what
do
ab-
as a
I'm thinking
As
about.
a
I'm thinking
citizen.
about
So-
them
but
guys
they-
up there.
no up
they
there.
need
No,
they need an early voter day, and then they need a regular day now.
Yeah.
no, they have
there's-
that. They have like well,
for
No,
off
but
day?
he's saying
He's
for
saying
days
for
off.
holidays.
oh,
days
for
off.
days off.
Yeah, they
No,
got to
no,
be.
no,
You
no.
can't it's
I'm talking about up there. They do not want that.
'Cause
They
if
do
you
not
do
want
it,
everybody sitting there.
they'll slam
twiddling
all
their
the
thumbs.
voters' offices.
Oh,
It'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why you need online.
Then you're right, because then the system may change to that it needs to still be more days and not just one day.
That's right.
Right? Like our country has grown so much, it doesn't make sense for them to just go to
Have
the
one
ballots
day,
and vote
yep.
one day.
Y'all voting?
Of course.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. I used to. Hey, I'm. Let me just stop right now. I used to be one of them guys that pulled away my vote for like.
Who you
12
voting
years.
for? You're on the clock. I'm just
Jesus
kidding.
Christ.
I'm about to say.
I vote for Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Ask me right before the election. I'll tell you.
Who you voting for, Stuckies? Put it in the comments if you're bold.
Yeah, if you're bold, let me hear.
If you're bold, put it in the
I don't
comments.
care. I'll tell you.
Put it in the comments.
What you gonna do? Shame me out of my vote?
Yeah, real talk. What you gonna do, Kai? For last week, is it stuck? To go on strike to get what you want from your employer? Is it stuck
It
or stupid to
depends.
go on strike?
I'm stuck
strike,
in here
baby?
too. I'm stuck.
I,
in.
I'm
You
stuck.
got a union.
Yeah.
That's what I say. If you got a union, no,
Yeah.
it's not stuck and stupid. If you
I'm,
don't,
I'm stuck in
it
with that
is.
one. I'm stuck in.
Yeah, I'm stuck
Stuck
in.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
too.
It's
And but my answer is so dumb. It's like depending on what the company is. And I'll give an example. Like this one, it's because it affects the United States so much. 30 days equals 6 months of not having
Disruption.
materials and supplies and disruption to America. To me, that is crazy. Like I believe that instead of striking, I believe they should have like a almost like what arbitration
But
conduct.
they do. It's literally
Yeah.
the union.
No, not like union. Instead of them striking, to me, like when I think of strike, I think of workers not going to work. That's what
Yeah.
strike is, right?
But remember, their union leader called for that because they've already been in talks
trying to
for a
arbitrate.
year.
Well, what
and
I'm
the
saying is-
contract is up now.
What I'm saying is, I believe that they should just give them what they want, and then if they lose, subtract it back.
Oh no, you
If
can't
that
do
makes
that.
sense.
Would be
Well, no,
because
no.
wages had and everything else. You
But
can't-
I would make them sign into that.
Explain
Like, hey,
that.
if you
Explain
strike,
that
Yeah,
more?
go deeper into
so
that.
so
one,
basically like this. So say if because right now we'll just say I think they're fighting for like 5% or $5.
No, they
We're
got it.
talking about
already.
the port strike.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
talking
they,
about
they
That's
got
already
it
done.
already.
That's
Yeah, they
already
got it already.
Oh, it's already done.
They got it.
Well,
They
they did a
too.
temporary stay. Like
No,
it's like
they did
2
a temporary
days.
stay,
And
but
then
then
they
they
did
doubled
the-
down.
We'll just use them as an example.
Yeah.
Did they get what they want?
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Well,
But-
no, they didn't get every
got
dollar,
something.
but they got. I think I don't remember the actuality, but for every if they wanted $1, they got like 75 cents.
Okay,
So it wasn't
yeah.
bad.
So
And
for
it was
me,
only
I,
like 2 days, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it took like
yeah.
2-3 days. Yeah.
I say go ahead and stronghold, do your thing. I'm all with that. But
Mhm.
for me, I would say because of something that detrimental, I believe that it should be like I wouldn't say bailout, but I would say bailout. I would say, hey, there should be a money set aside to say if they're fighting for $5 an hour, go ahead and grant them that until we figure out in arbitration or in court. And then if they decide to win or lose or whatever that separation is, go ahead and deduct it. And I believe
Deducted
just
from
make them
where?
sign
Do you
Crazy.
deduct it from a company
Yeah,
or
those-
do you
deduct it
deduct
from them. So we'll say
From
like
the
this.
employee?
Yeah, just put it like almost in an escrow. So we'll say, hey, if
Then I would
it
quit,
takes-
and then you wouldn't get the money back anyway.
No, that
No,
would
no, I'm just saying-
demotivate them to stay. I would just walk
so what
away.
I'm saying is this: if you're asking for $5 an hour and we're fighting today,
Mhm.
and it takes 4 months, so $5 an hour for 4 months, just put it in the account. If we win, you get the money. If you lose, then you don't get the money. That's just to say, hey, just so they won't leave work. So because you're going to get the money anyway.
So you're saying essentially on paper, like I know that this could possibly go your way. It could go my way. In the meantime,
That's what a strike is anyway.
In the meantime, just keep doing what I'm telling you to do.
Depending on how detrimental it could be to America, you're doing it anyway. That's why I said bailout money, like they did with but with Chevy, GMC, and all that.
So
They
you're
had,
saying the government should get involved?
the government
Well,
should
that's-
always have
but
money.
That's going to be less of your unions. Like unions.
No.
typically are in
No.
place, so that
Your
doesn't
unions
happen.
will be there because the unions have to be the mediator or whatever that moderator or the in between
Mhm.
for the people and the government and the bigger business anyway.
Right.
So they would have the access to the funds. They would apply, go through computer, talk to the government, get these access to funds because they can prove it. Hey, these people about to go on strike. We need this cash.
You're saying the union leaders will have a bank account that is funded by the people they're suing, and it sits there until arbitration is done. At which point they can either give it to the employees or give it back to the
Yeah,
people.
well,
who lost.
however they get the money. So, but yeah, like you said, so the union will have a pile of cash
Mhm.
just so it won't happen to like this. This is different. This is not like a water bottle company striking for whatever. There's
Yeah.
more water bottle company. We're talking about 6 months of torture to the United States. So
yeah, but in their mind, they're saying on the backs of me at the rate
Which-
that I'm not
and-
willing to be paid
which
for.
they got what they want. Put that cash on the side. That's all I'm saying. We're not saying that you're not getting the cash. You'll get whatever it is. If you're saying you're arguing for $5 an hour, we'll go ahead and grant you that $5 an hour. If we settle at 3, then we'll just deduct whatever we gave you from 5 to 3, which is $2 that we're deducting, and then we'll just go ahead and give you a fat check. It's the same concept. You're getting the money anyway.
Yeah, but who's
yeah,
providing
but me,
that
no,
money?
and
That's
also,
that's why I said it would be like, so if the union's asking the business to get that cash, I'm saying that the government should give that cash and the business should pay the government back. It's almost like a small loan. You're doing it anyway.
Okay. The
So
way I
as
was
long
hearing it
as
was
Let the
employees-
Federal Reserve
as long
be-
as there's not a drawback on the employee, then I'm okay.
Yeah,
with that.
there's no drawback on the employee.
Like,
when
does
I'm,
the employee keep the money?
Yes,
Okay,
because
yeah.
they won. If they win, if you don't,
But if
you're
they
saying
lose, what
if they
happens?
lose, you're just getting a
which is
reduction on
crazy.
money. You're
This
not
isn't-
losing no money.
This isn't a bad idea. I like this idea because what it does is it keeps the unions accountable. Now, I'll speak from the other side of it. The reason why I said stuck and because I actually work for a corporation that I don't feel the need. And I don't mean that there's not parts of the business where there might be the need for a union or whatever. Personally, I just don't feel the need. Why? When you work at a business that actually procures your value, they actually and you'll never be valuable to like a major corporation ever. What I mean by that is they can play the game of making it feel like you're valuable.
Right.
I don't really need to go in another route and pay somebody else to go have my voice be heard when I can just go into my boss's office and tell him, hey, this sucks. Can we make it work? And they go, you're right. Let's sit down. Let's go to HR. Let's pull them in. What's the point, right? I can do all that myself. Why I need to pay a union member? And so when I say stuck and, that's why I'm saying stuck and. I've been on both sides of the coin meaning like I can understand why somebody wants a union. And that's, a good play only because it keeps the union leaders accountable for making their point to a judge, right? Or to the corporation. Meaning like if I'm going to be holding the bank and it's being funded by the corporation and I'm pushing it out to these people, I want to make sure that I got that money that I said I was going to get. Otherwise, I'm going to be responsible for them $2 that you're talking about I'm missing. So this is good motivation for them to bid properly and not go overboard, not come in at 150% to target that they're looking for and just try to bully the corporation. This is good for that. But the reason why I think it's not going to work is because we're talking about corporations, bro, who
will buy the judges and buy
less of
100%.
that. Less of that. You see, we can do all this talking, bro. And I think that I gotta tread softly here. I think that what was done was good for the people. Why? That same day, boy, robots was up and down the ports, man.
100%.
Doing all the work. I saw it with my own eyes. They got people videotaping the ports. All the stuff was getting pulled off the racks. There was nobody in sight, just robots. Looked efficient. Looked like it was just moving. No sweat, no nothing. Yet they still made a deal a couple of days after the fact. So that's what I'm saying. Like, corporations have it to give. This is why I think it's important to give it. Like, don't play around.
Yeah, just come off the top because
just
to your point, even if that were the case, and you know that the contract was coming up, you would have to start that pot before because
100%.
my thing is, if my contract comes to end, I'm striking. I don't care.
That's the point that
I
I'm
want
making.
my money.
That's what a strike is. It's a contract's over, and I can't work for free.
100%. Yeah.
Or
So
for that rate that you gave me a year ago.
That bundle or whatever would have to be, okay, contract's coming up. We need to go on to some arbitration. During that arbitration period is when that money needs to start playing.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
that's what
right.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
This
because
is what it
But
would feel
who
like
would
if
fund
you got
it?
it right.
Because I'm talking about just for America, because that's detrimental for America. Who will fund it? The Federal Reserve. That's you print money anyway.
But the Federal
Yeah,
Reserve,
we're broke.
to
Ain't gonna
my
work.
knowledge, and I may be wrong, so you might have to Google this. I don't think the Federal Reserve is actually
It's not
run
it's
by the
not,
government.
It's not a government.
It's not a government entity.
No,
it's a private.
Federal Reserve is private. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, for the Federal Reserve sets interest rates in loan money.
That's
They
true.
determine the loan of money.
Sure.
If that is the case, just like PPPs and EIDL, and we're talking about money, who doesn't want to return back on your money? So you can just print, you print money. Print $1 billion, sit in an account, let it collect interest or whatever you want to do. Then whenever they need the money, it's not like they strike all the time. Whenever they need the money will be there. It ain't like you're doing anything. You're not doing nothing major. It's just to have a security. Remember this. It's not like you're spending $100 billion and it's not for value.
No,
It's
just-
priceless
that's a
because you're
slippery
saving
slope.
America.
Yeah, but
So that's all I'm
you're
saying is, like,
you're
we need
saving
something in place.
American workers, but the corporations would never allow that because now that's just a slippery slope. You're just the second you put a little bit of government in there, they bust it open.
Government,
They bust
hey,
it open.
I bet you the business will do it if they get tax breaks.
But that's what I'm saying. They won't because
No,
they're
they
printing
will.
the money.
If you're helping America, they will give you the tax breaks.
No, they're
100%.
printing the money. The Federal Reserve is printing the money for this. There's no way they're going to ask the government to flip an interest rate when they're the one that's printing the money.
What I'm saying is, we're not talking about flipping interest rates. What I'm saying is that we will be fine because the Federal Reserve is helping out America, and then the Federal Reserve is making sure that X, Y, and Z is getting paid. I'm saying that they can get money back because you can collect. If you're putting that money out and the government knows, and we all know, like the people that pay the taxes, we all know that you're putting this money out for the good.
Yeah.
You can start collecting interest on that. You have to, for you to print money, you have to show where it's going. We got to see, it got to be accounted for. If you're accounting and allocated money just for this, you can then start collecting interest on this. You're good.
DC,
just print 100 billion, you'll be fine.
How many audits has DC failed in the last?
All you do is set
years?
all they do is set up an organization for this stuff, and they just put a name on it.
Bro,
just set up an organization for it.
I'm just saying we have real life examples of them failing audits right now. Like,
people don't care.
No, that's what I'm saying. They don't care. You can show them 1,000 pages. They're gonna be like, where did this go?
Is it SNS to sneak a firearm onto a cruise and then rat yourself out?
Of course.
Suck
Who
it.
did this, bro?
I think I miscommitted it. This was right when old girl got caught on
Who got caught?
Carnival. She was sneaking. She was trying to sneak on food and alcohol, and she wasn't. I don't think she was trying to sneak on the gun. I can't remember that part, but she had it.
Food, alcohol, and gun deep. She's wild.
Yeah, but but Carnival found the food and alcohol, but didn't find the gun. And so she was in her cabin pissed that they took her alcohol or whatever. And she's just like, they went through my bag and they got all that, but they forgot this. And showed the pew on the video. So Carnival said, oh, okay, and got her off immediately at that next port.
And I don't know if this is dumb, but how did they find out? I know somebody shared it to them probably,
went straight to the
that's
maitre d'.
crazy.
She posted it on TikTok.
Straight to the maitre d' and told her. Somebody immediately went up there like, wait a minute, that's the boat I'm on. Karen.
Yeah,
a rat.
The cop said, "Any concealed fruits?" Nah, I left that at home with the gun.
I thought you could bring alcohol. You can't bring alcohol back.
You can bring you can bring a bottle of wine, or you can bring a pack of water and soda, like a bottle of wine. She was trying to sneak, which most people normally try to do.
But now they're getting smart.
Bro, they're getting smart.
They put out so many videos. They're so dumb. They put out the videos.
This is what the idiots are doing, bro. You're putting out the videos of how you sneak it on.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
This is what I was trying to tell you. Some of the things that are secrets have to stay word of mouth. They cannot be. You can't show the world everything, fam.
Yeah.
You show the world everything. Nothing is a novelty.
Yeah.
Literally, I went to BJ's restaurant on Monday. Something happened. I figured out it's a finesse. I'm not telling nobody. I just know that every time I go, I'm going to continue to do that. Yeah. I'm not finna tell the world.
I just hit a lick on the payroll. I'm not telling. I'll tell y'all after this. But
look. Some stuff has to stay. That's where the magic is. It's not that you're like gatekeeping and you don't want everybody else to succeed. It's just that there's companies out there and there are things that happen also that's where the magic is. The magic is in the novelty, and y'all just gave the novelty out to everybody, so it's not magic no more.
And they found it.
Lee.
Well, also, it was us.
Yes.
Of course.
That had us written all on it.
Another black one down.
Get to this. Speaking of black, reflect on the time when you.
I was like, what?
You're gonna see.
Oh, okay.
Because this one I felt like is really kind of to being black or being. It's a very cultural shadow work question. Reflect on the time when you felt the need to diminish or hide parts of yourself to fit in a certain space or around specific people.
Every day.
What part did you hide and why? How did it feel then? How does it feel now when you think back to that experience? And what would it mean for you to show up fully as yourself in those spaces today?
It's a lot.
It is a lot. Take a second
me,
to
it's
take it in.
two sides. It's acting black in a white place and acting white in a black place.
Code switching.
Yeah, literally, bro. I feel like that's gonna be almost everyone's answer.
Yeah, that's my answer.
I'll give you
sure.
a better one. I just had this conversation with my friend yesterday. It was about morality. When we were younger, I was always the oddball because no matter how many we're young, right? So it was a long time ago, long time ago. Just so anybody listening now, you and your friends had a few of them. You know what I'm saying? And, you had them in rotation, and you start looking at women in a way where they're just kind of like a number. You're like, this is number 1, number 2, number 3. You just start passing through them, and I always had an issue with that, like, internally. I always felt like, man, these are still people. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what kind of choices they're making, they're still people. Yeah. You can't just treat these women like this. I mean, the way sometimes we would talk to them, handle them, whatever. And I used to be so uncomfortable, right? All my friends would constantly make fun of me because I was like the nice guy. You know what I'm saying? They're like, bro, you too nice, bro. And I used to tell them, like, am I though? Or is it just like I treat these people like humans? You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys don't treat other people like humans, and that's what it is. So then we flash forward, since we're answering questions about it. I'm having the conversation about it yesterday, and I told him, bro, because he said, he brought it up to me, and I was like, bro, you don't understand how much weight you just lifted off my life, bro. Because y'all used to make me feel like, going back to the question, y'all used to make me feel like I was insane for treating people humanely. You know what I mean? I used to be like, well, why are you such a sucker? And I'd be like, well, I just don't feel like a sucker on the inside. I feel like this is how you're supposed to treat people. So yeah, that's mine. It wasn't necessarily, I could do code switching, but this is more about like that situation for me.
Facts.
I mean, I have to say it's code switching in almost every experience in life. Both,
Facts.
like,
Real.
I mean,
Real
every
talk.
aspect of life, especially working in education, especially going and living in these small towns of Texas. Like, a lot of my life was spent code switching strictly for safety.
Yeah, you're an alien, boy.
Yeah, like strictly for safety.
Only for
Out there in
safety.
them small towns, you're an alien, boy.
But it also, what was unfortunate was because of that, it kind of developed into the personality a little bit, you know?
That's a good point.
And so, like, I guess what I would do, like, to switch it up is, like, even if I code switched, it was a way, I guess, find a way to make sure that this didn't become my personality, or it not become, but at the time, you know? Like, and then kind of, actually, to be 100% honest, deeper insight, that code switching and having to do it so much provided a space for internal hate.
Oh yeah.
So,
100%.
so like I definitely feel like that's one thing. Like, where even at the end of the day, I can't change everyone else, and I couldn't change the times that we lived in that required me to code switch. But going back, I would make sure that I can put up the brick or put up the block that would stop the internal hate and kind of just continue to just maintain the safe space without letting code switching becoming part of who I like actually am.
What is code switching to the Stuckies?
That's when you
man,
like talk. It's when you switch up your vernacular, the way you're talking, your pace,
How you carry yourself.
how you carry yourself.
In different groups or just
Yeah.
in general?
Your overall language, so body language, verbal language, your overall language switches to adapt to what group you're in.
To make
create,
them specifically to make them feel safe.
Is
in
that
your
called
mind,
fake?
though.
Is it
In
like
your
another
mind,
word
'cause
for
you
fake?
might not be making them safe. You just may think that you're making them
Is
safe.
that fake?
What do you mean?
know
fake?
that it's
No,
fake.
I think
Code
it's
switching is not-
surviving.
I
Okay.
I think it's
not
surviving.
fake.
Like
feel
I think at times you got to know
surviving.
like where you at,
Mhm.
and it's a necessity that you
No,
have to
100%.
do.
100%.
Or-
Business and
Come
everything.
on, bro.
Or it has to be, or it could be effective in a situation to where like you're trying to effectively communicate.
And it
Like
gotta
I
be
might say
race.
something like, for instance,
That's a good point.
I was in an interview with one of our staff members. She's a staff member now, but she wasn't then, and she said something, and she's from the Bronx, and I said that's a bar, but it was like in our leadership team interview.
Yeah, I know.
Some people were like, "That's a bar? What does that mean?" Like, you know,
She got it. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
she
got
understood.
it. Yeah.
It was a connection between us, and I purposely even did that
Because
so that
you're
she
trying
could
to let
feel.
her know I'm speaking your language.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here with you.
Yeah, I do that.
If
too.
you sitting around this table with all these white
You have to
folks,
yeah, 100%.
I need you to know I'm here with you. I know I've sat in that same seat, and I
You
need
did
you to
something.
know that
100%.
you can do it too. I
Yeah.
code switch
You know
as
what
well.
that was? She was floating in the river and you landed out
A
you put
little-
this
yeah, that's
stick,
it.
little olive branch.
Yeah,
like,
Boom.
that.
Hey, I'm in the
You
river.
can reach for it or not. But you
Facts.
go olive branch. Yeah.
For me, it's code switching, but it's also my like vocal leadership, specifically when it comes to work, because I didn't feel this way at public schools.
Mhm.
At public schools, I felt very safe to be like myself, to be vocal, to show my leadership in a vocal manner. Private schools
Different.
are different.
Yeah.
And I've struggled to find, because it's very much so the private school way. It's a different culture, bro.
Yeah.
When you're talking about money and the politics that it brings and influence and suggested power,
Mhm.
things mean different things.
Yes, sir.
So for me, and what I'm starting to do to show up fully as myself is just to challenge my own narrative. I have to, why am I letting people to talk to me like that? When 90% of the time it be their fault. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm just taking it on the chin.
Yep. I
No.
literally wrote my most recent blog post about that.
I'm just taking it on the chin, letting you tell me how you feel about me and how da-da-da-da, not knowing that if I were to bring up those same examples,
Mhm.
it's actually because of you.
And you said it was on the chin.
Pause.
No, did he?
Anyway, so that's what I'm in now, is just like, the thing is, I know where I'm at because I've worked to get there, and I had the credentials to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you get that imposter syndrome, like,
Yep.
dang, like, no, I'm where I'm at because I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to feel disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because I allowed you to do that.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's the hiding part. I've diminished that part of me because I don't want you to see me as this angry black man that you can't talk to.
Facts.
Which is kind of a thing about code switching, because then you end up appropriating the same idea that you're trying
100%.
to run from.
Yeah.
But the other
100%.
part is sometimes it's not racial. I code switch amongst blacks. Whoa, does that sound crazy? No.
No,
Sometimes
it's just,
I'll be in my group of friends and we sound like a crazy pack of wolves, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
when
what
I'm
are
on the
y'all talking
game,
about?
when I'm on the
Yeah.
game, you might not
Oh, yeah,
even
y'all going
understand what
crazy.
type we talk about.
I'm like right
Bro,
now.
y'all just
watch
be
this.
so loud, bro. That's more than
this.
anything. Forget
You
code
wanna
switching.
know-
Y'all
you
just be
wanna-
so loud.
You know what? Brian's trying to get people unstuck. They understand, right? Here's code switching right here. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna make noise, and I know each and every one of you are gonna know exactly what I'm saying right now. No, forget that. I'm just gonna make a noise like.
Yeah,
What I just say?
You
Know what I'm saying?
You feel what I'm saying? I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. Well, you got it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's code switching. It don't gotta be. It could just be I walk in the room like.
Right.
Hey,
Everybody
And
knows.
then-
Stuckies, are you a
and
code
that's
switcher? Put it in the
facts.
comments.
There's a book out there that says, I think the title's like, why are the black people sitting together or something like that?
What?
Look it up,
Genius.
please.
It's
No,
probably-
it's a
it's probably
wonderful
some
book.
good
It's a
book,
wonderful
yeah.
book. But it's a book that I encourage, I often encourage people who are not black to read
Mhm.
to understand why it is important in those spaces that like we have the space to
I have
just
to
be,
be ratchet.
bro. I have
be
to.
ratchet.
I got to, bro. I got to. There
It's
are
part of it.
moments where I'm like, bro, just come in my. Let's just have a little 5 or 6 people gathering in my office so we could just be us for 15 minutes.
Yes.
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 That's
Or you know
it.
what's funny? Or like I'll be at, like, let's say we're in a situation, and again, it doesn't really matter race here because it doesn't matter. It's not black white. It's black is majority or minority. So it could be that. It could be a bunch of different races around me. So let's say we're at the coffee spot, where you're getting coffee, like back in the day called the water cooler. So now corporate
Now it's
world is
definitely the coffee, the
spot,
Keurig.
Yeah, no, well, hey,
Oh, well,
Verizon-
you work for the big house. Y'all, y'all got the actual espresso
Yeah,
machine.
literally. So
Can I
get-
Starbucks.
Can I get a one
we're all
pool?
standing around that thing,
Yeah.
So and I think in that moment, like, if there's music playing in the background and we heard, let's say, Sexy Red, right? If I was a minority in that group of people and I heard the song playing,
You're not singing it.
I'm not even moving my body.
Yeah, no.
I'm not reacting to it.
I'm not reacting to it. I might hit my phone. I might do that in my head, but never out loud, right? But let there be a majority. If it's 5 people and 3 of us black, as soon as she hit that, boy, you know that.
It got to be what it is. Yeah, that's
we need it.
what's the
So
title
why
of it?
are all the black kids sitting together in the cafeteria?
Yes,
Genius.
wonderful book.
Genius.
Who's the author?
Beverly Danielle Tatum.
If you have
She
not
black,
read
black.
it,
She black for sure.
uh,
Last name Tatum.
please read it because I think it's super important. And it's not just, and granted, you can take this and apply it to across cultures, across genders, across all of that, right? It's important for people to have certain spaces that are theirs and theirs alone.
But also, I'm sure a lot of people have asked that exact question when they went to the lunchroom.
100%. Like, why are they all
Why
sitting?
black kids sitting
Because
together?
that's what we gonna do. When I get anywhere, I'm looking for my people.
Period.
Hey, hold
You
on.
got to.
Get comfortable.
Look
Get
where they
comfortable.
at.
Just like
Where they
everybody
at.
else. Everybody else finds their
Facts.
culture. and go, yeah.
You looking for people that you align with and you feel comfortable with. So whether
Period.
it be, I found all my dilly dally girls. We like to dilly dally together. That is what it is. The gamers is over here.
Mm-hmm.
The emos is over here.
religious
The
guys
jocks
over
is over
there.
here. Everybody sits in their groups
That's
because
right.
it's what affirms who they are.
It doesn't mean that you're not interacting with the
No.
other groups.
No,
It
no,
just
no, no.
means
Yeah.
I have my
is
safety
my
net.
family.
Black Lives Matter.
Right.
That's what it means.
You know what I'm
God.
saying?
No, it's the group. People
said
like,
Dr.
oh, you
Umar
can't have that
gonna
group.
say-
But you know,
Anyway,
Donations.
facts, donations.
Umar out of there. He got what, 2 months?
Yeah, we called it. Hey, boy.
You got 2 months
hey.
left. You out of there, buddy.
He been out for me.
Yeah.
I actually was trying to be here for Halloween. I've been
Oh, that would
saving
be hard.
clips.
That would
I've
be
been
hard.
saving clips.
Hold
That'd be
on.
hard.
My thing is, bro, who is these contractors? Like, who are these contractors you're finding that have all these grandiose ideas?
He got him from
and then-
Springfield.
and then they don't even show up or something? Like, what's going
They're
on?
all up here, buddy.
Yeah, they're all
I
in
live
there.
more on paper.
I'm trying to figure out how a paperback is.
you know
more
what he
expensive
needs
than
to
a
do?
hardback.
Go get
Dr.
a
Umar
therapist.
need to go to sleep, get some sleep, drink some tea. But now he gonna say, "Why am I talking to you? That's very beta of you." You know what I'm saying? To speak on King Kong consciousness. Anyway, you all need to read that book. While you're reading it, sip on some tea. Very nice. Maybe go see the Northern Lights. You can see them tonight from 10 to 2. After that, get some sleep. Wake up, feel better. Come back next week because we'll have a better episode.
It was up.
It's stuck.
Hey.
He's risen.